Okay, y'all. So I am making a video that has nothing to do with like movies or television at all. So if you're new to the channel, like I don't normally make gaming videos. I just like I'll use gaming footage sometimes for like my voiceover videos, but I don't make gaming videos. Anyways, I'm here to just like rant about Rivals. I'm here to rant about Marvel Rivals. Now, if this is just not in your thing, that's fine. I just kind of needed an outlet to just rant right now because I have so much thoughts on my head and so much things that I'm super angry about that I want to talk about. Now, so I don't talk too much about it, but I play Rivals heavily, guys. I have like I think close to or over 600 hours in the game, like from season 0 all the way to now. Like whenever I'm not like working or I have a day off or something like that, I'm just on Rivals. That's pretty much all I've been playing, right? And I was pretty much a quick play warrior until I started doing like a little bit of competitive. I did competitive in season 0. I only got to gold in season 0. I didn't really push further than that. I started it late, but I really wanted that Moon Knight gold skin. So I pushed hard for it then. I didn't push hard for it. I just kind of pushed towards the end of the season for that. And then season 1 and 1.5, I did a little bit of ranked, got to plat, didn't really do much outside of that. I got to plat 1, but I didn't really play too much competitive. I mainly I did it with Shan, like we played together. And then I was like, you know what, this season I might actually play more competitive. I want to play more competitive. I want to push for GM. I just hit Diamond like a few days ago. So I'm pushing for GM. We're trying to get there before season 3, right? Which we can do. But what I'm actually arguing about right now is I'm so sick and tired of the matchmaking in this game. And I know if you guys like play this game and you watch other like dedicated rival channels that talk about this, we know they've brought it up. Holy hell, guys. So I'm a Vanguard main primarily. I have about 9 lords, working about 10. I have about 9 lords, but most of them are all Vanguard and support. I don't really get a chance to play a lot of DPS because a lot of people don't really like playing DPS. So I am mainly a Vanguard main. And with all the hours that I put into it, I easily climbed from gold to diamond relatively fast in about like under a week, like a couple days or so, whatever. But it wasn't the way you think. I had to somewhat manipulate the matchmaking system that in a way that it would favor me. And if you guys probably haven't heard about this, but EOMM is a big debate in the community. People want to argue whether it's real or not, or you know, like some people say that it's not real, it's just skill. And yes, a skill does, you know, play a huge factor in this. But I've tested this myself, right? I've mainly played Emma this season, like over 50 something hours on Emma. And what happened was every time I got about 2 losses, I would log out for the day and I wouldn't play for like a whole day. I wouldn't play for the rest of the day. I'd either wait till the next day and I'll queue up again at a later time than I queued up the day before. So the game doesn't just think that, okay, the turn rate is at this, you know, he goes to bed at this time and then he gets back on the game at this time. Like, no, I would either log in before or after the time that I logged out the previous day. So I would do this for a couple days and I would just get nothing but just easy wins. And it made me angry for a couple of reasons. So even though I was winning, it still made me angry because I'm like, the other team, they were put into loser's queue. I'm not talking about like this was an even game. Like I'm talking about like we were steamrolling them. Like every game that I had, whenever I did this method, we steamrolled the entire opposite team. Like it wasn't even a close game. And then like on my team, I either had people who peaked at like Celestial or GM1, and then the other team had people who only peaked at like Plat, or they barely scratched Diamond, right? And I'm talking about Diamond games too. This happened. Like I'm playing Diamond games, and it's just steamroll. So the opposite is now true, where I log out for a couple of days and then I come back and it's just been bad match after bad match, unwinnable matches. We're talking about like you go out there and there's I'm getting SVP every game. I'm not, and mainly since I play Vanguard, I don't die as often as my other co-tank. Like I'd be in that team. We're talking about I have like maybe 20 kills, maybe 18 final hits, maybe 4 deaths, right? Meanwhile, my co-tank has like 10, right? And we're talking about I'm doing a lot of damage, I'm blocking a lot of damage, I'm not feeding, all of this pro play stuff. Like I'm not overextending, I'm peeling for my healers, I'm doing all of the strategies, I'm doing everything. And it's it's been a learning process because this is like the first hero shooter that I actually played. But I've been learning, I've been studying some of the pros, I've been watching a lot of videos, studying different channels and whatnot, like learning how people do things and learning all the strategies that I can for the roles that I play. And so I'm doing my absolute best, right? We're talking about me here on the team with the most final hits, the least amount of deaths, and my healers aren't dying as much because I'm actually peeling for them. If there's a dive character, like if there's a Black Panther or Iron Fist, Emma Frost at this point, until they nerf her a little bit in, next week, Emma Frost is really good at peeling for your healers. Like that choke is really good. Like she's really good at peeling. She's really good at defending. And you guys can see some of the gameplay here that I'm showing up on the screen. So it's like, and then there's matches that I just do so horribly that I know it's my fault, right? Like if there's a game that I go in and I'm just not on my game and I lose, then like I know it was my fault. Like I know when I'm messing up so bad that I could have done something better. Like every time I die, right? Before I go to blame a healer, I always ask myself these couple questions. Okay, did I overextend? Was I in my healer's line of sight? Did I try to fight too many opponents at once? Did I feed? Like I'm asking myself all of these questions. And when I go back out, I say, okay, let me try to play a little bit more with my team. Let me back up a little bit more. And I also adjust depending on who my healers are, right? Like if there's a Mantis and a Loki, I try not to do too much and take too much damage because Mantis is not going to be able to keep me up like that. Loki possibly could, but it also just depends on the Loki. Like, is the Loki flanking? Is he like a DPS Loki? Is he kind of like a hybrid? Like how is this person playing Loki today? And if you're doing this solo queue like what I was doing, you don't, and I don't even really go on comms like that because I'm tired. I don't like to hear people yapping in my ear, complaining and screaming. It just kind of messes with my flow. I need to focus. But I can never tell when someone's doing something. So sometimes I try to play around my team, and then other times I just kind of do my own thing. So I know that I'm doing pretty much everything that I can to try to win the game. Right? And again, I always analyze my mistakes. I always look for any mistakes that I'm making every time I die, every time I'm struggling to get picks or I'm not making enough space. I'm always thinking, okay, am I making enough space for my DPS to cook? Am I playing too passively? Am I being too overly aggressive? Am I being too ambitious? I'm always asking myself these questions because I want to improve. And I always go back and I'll rewatch my clips. I'll analyze my mistakes. I'll say, okay, that was a really bad game. Or even if I won a game, I'll be like, okay, I won the game, but I could have done this better. That's the long and short to say that I really, really try my best, guys. And I think about every little aspect and every little move that I make in this game. I take it very seriously. The game's matchmaking doesn't see these things. They don't see, and the scoreboard doesn't even show the whole story, to be honest. Because like you can go in on a tank and only do like 6 kills or 2 deaths and whatnot, and everybody else is like, two digits, right? They're like 20 kills, 30 kills, final hits and whatnot. But what the game isn't showing you, and what you won't see, is that, okay, this tank doesn't have a lot of kills, but what they are doing is they're blocking a lot of damage without dying as often. They're creating space for their DPS to do their job. They're applying enough pressure on the back line and sometimes even the front line without feeding into the other enemy's ults or just helping for that. Like they're not like they're not charging up the enemy healers ults as quickly. The scoreboard doesn't show these things. It doesn't show the things that tank mains have to do, what we have to do to help make a game win. No one sees these things, right? It's either always the healer getting blamed or the DPS getting flamed because they're not getting kills and the healers are not healing because they're getting dove. But like no one sees what the tank does. Like no one sees what we do, bro. Like we're always out there in the front, like doing our thing. We're making space. We're making plays for you guys to do your thing. Like we're like, and like a lot of us, like we do our jobs really well because I think tanking is one of the more difficult jobs in this game. I'm sorry. Like somebody will say healing is easier. Somebody will say DPS is easier, right? But I feel like Vanguard's one of the hardest roles in this game because there's so many different things that you control the playing field. You control what's gonna happen, right? If you're dying too much, you're overextending. You're not playing with your team. You're not doing what you need to do. Making space isn't just walking out into the front and just dying. like that makes no sense. You're not helping anybody by just pushing forward for no reason and just dying. Like that makes no sense, right? But anyways, I'm saying all this to say is that like, I'm trying my best, bro, but then this game is just like, hey, guess what? We don't care that you're this type of player. We don't care. We're gonna give you a teammate that's gonna throw. Like, bro, I literally had a game today. I logged out. I logged out to come make this video. Like, I literally had a game where the we were doing so good, had a good push, right? We had a really, really good push. And we were in the Burning T'Challa, and they couldn't get the cart past phase 1, right? We had such a good push, guys. We switched over now it's our turn to push, and my Star-Lord decides to go, hey, the Iron Man on my team is trash and he has a Lord icon. Switch off of Iron Man right now or else I'm throwing. What? I had to tell him, like, dude, what are you on about? Why are you get like, just lock in, bro. Let's do our thing. Like me and my co-tank, we were cooking. All right. Like we were putting a lot of pressure on the enemy team. We weren't done. We were doing our thing. He was the only DPS that was also kind of matching what we were doing. But we did it. All we had to do was get the cart past this one tiny spot. And this dude is just like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna throw if this guy doesn't switch off for Iron Man. He's trash. I'm like, why are you choosing violence? Why is the game putting me in lobbies with people like this? Why am I getting put into these lobbies, bro? Like, what? Why is the guy choosing to throw for no reason at all, bro? What? And this is not the first time. Like, I have so many games like this where we're going good, and then the person just decides to go, yeah, man, I'm done quitting. And then I go check their match history, and they have a track record of leaving games all the time or throwing. Like, I'm like, I cannot be this crazy, right? Like, I go and I watch this person's, like, I spectate their profile and I spectate the way they're playing, and I see them throwing every single game. I see them throwing, like they'll literally AFK, they'll switch to Widow and they'll AFK. So this person, they seem to do this a lot, and the game doesn't do anything to punish players like this. Yes, I can report him. What's that gonna do? Nothing. Half the time, these people, nothing ever happens if you report them. So it's like, what's up with this matchmaking? I'm so sick and tired of it. And then like, it's sucking all the joy that I have or had for this game. It's just sucking it out, man. Like, I'm just gonna play other games or just do other things and make more videos. Just literally do anything else with my time other than play this game, bro. And yes, I have spent money on this game as well. You know, because I only spend money on free-to-play games that I think are worth it. And for a while, I actually really thought it was worth it. But now I'm realizing, like, how unbalanced this game is, how many matchmaking issues that it has. And again, I still love Marvel Rivals. I'm still going to play, but I am frustrated. And right now, I'm not playing as often because I'm punishing the algorithm for keep on giving me these bad games. Like, literally, I get two losses, I'm off the game. And if I want to play, I'll log in onto my alt account that I use to play with other people. And I'll log into my alt and I'll play that, like, instead. Because I'm like, I can't keep dealing with this. I'm trying to rank up to GM. I'm playing as best as I can. I'm practicing, I'm studying educational content on Rivals. I'm doing what I gotta do. And I'm trying to personally achieve GM or higher before season 3. That's my goal. And I don't want to say, like, again, I know when I mess up, and like when I do mess up and it's my fault, and I had maybe I had really, really bad positioning, or my game sense was off, my awareness was horrible. Like, there's plenty of games where I knew that, like, nah, man, I could have I could have done better if I switched to another tank, or maybe I switched to another character or another role altogether. I might have done a little bit better. Like, there's plenty of times that I'm like, yeah, maybe. But man, anyways, I'm gonna end this yap here because it's like really, really long, bro. I'm just ranting about every single daggone thing in this game. It just, right now, the game, I love it, but they really need to fix their matchmaking, man. Don't even get me started on the Chrono Shield cards, because I don't have to deal with that, but anybody in gold or lower, you have to deal with that, and that's horrible. So yeah, we're just gonna end this video here, man. Like I said, I don't talk about rivals on this channel, but I just wanted to rant about it. So somebody who is interested, y'all could enjoy this video. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it, bro. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it, man. Done.